Welcome to Beginning Jazz Guitar. This is part of the freshman series put out by TrueFire.com, and we are covering jazz and rock and a bunch of different types of styles to help you get started as a beginner. Now, being a beginner and trying to start to play jazz is quite a tall mountain to climb, so there's a lot of things you're going to need to learn, but at the other end you're going to have ability to play chords and make them sound really jazzy, to take some scales and that are commonly used in jazz and use those, look at some arpeggios and use those to outline chords. Those three building blocks are really going to be the stuff that's going to make you sound like a jazz player over time. And we've included a lot of jam tracks and a lot of PDFs for lots of different subjects to help you learn as you go through this. So this course probably would take you about 6 months to a year if you're just truly a beginner and you just bought the guitar, just to get so that you've worked through most of the information. Now, don't feel like you have to master everything before you're moving to the next section. Just get so you have a good feel for it, because you can come back to these things over and over. I've given you a lot of information here. For instance, if we talked about arpeggios, I've given you a way to play them, 3 ways to play them on every string set. So that's a lot. That can take you a few years to get through. But basically, you just want to get so that you've worked through some of this information and you've gotten so that you, first of all, have a basic understanding of jazz and what's involved, and then, can kind of do a little bit of it with your improvisation. Now, the important thing with this whole course is each thing I give you, you need to apply it. Don't just learn it as a rote thing and just play the exercise. You want to apply it that's why we've given you all these different jam tracks along with this series, so that you can really apply all this information that I'm teaching you. And that's where the fun comes anyway. For myself, I can sit around and put on a jam track and play all day. It's just, something, I don't even look at that as work. I look at that as fun. So if you're getting a little bogged down in all the technical stuff here, just put on a jam track and take some little section of something using an arpeggio or a scale and use that just to improvise until you're feeling better, and then come back to it, because this is some hard stuff to start with if you're just a beginner. There's music theory, there's scales, there's arpeggios, chords. It's just a lot of information to take in at once. So just be patient with it and have a good time. And now let's get started.